Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Bindy.
So today we're going to talk about and do a demonstration on a taping technique we like to do for arch and heel pain. So that's a really common set of conditions that we see. So I'm going to do a demonstration using Bindy's foot. But before we do that, I'll just hand over to Bindy, who'll explain a bit more of the rationale behind the way we use taping for foot injuries.
Yeah, so what we do is we usually, depending on what part of the foot is painful and what structure we're trying to support, we'll try and mimic that structure. So for example, if it's the Achilles, we'll do taping at the back of the leg to support the Achilles, so it almost acts like it is the Achilles and just sort of helps to support it better. And if it's underneath the foot, if it's arch pain, plantar fascia, then we would mimic, depending on what the foot's doing, try and support it, so roll it out or roll it in and tape it accordingly.
Yeah. One way to think about the plantar fascia, so a lot of our patients will have pain under the heel bone, right at the heel there, or anywhere up under the arch or under the foot itself. So what happens for a lot of our patients is we find that they've got feet that are inclined to pronate way too much. So you can see here the length between the heel and the front of the foot. As the foot pronates, it gets a lot longer. So that structure under there, the plantar fascia, really gets a lot of tension in it with every step that you take. So once that starts to get injured, every step you take will just re-injure that area, and it becomes very painful. One thing that I would say is if you get pain after you've been sitting, or when you get up in the morning and first put your feet on the ground, you very likely have an injury to your plantar fascia. So the technique we're going to use, as Bindy said, is going to actually mimic the function of the fascial layer there. And I don't know about you, Bindy, but I often find patients, when you do this tapping technique, they'll immediately find they can walk with much less pain.
Yeah, it just provides a bit more support, not as much as maybe a shoe or orthotic, but it's something to give you an idea of just what having that support feels like.
Absolutely. And for a lot of our patients, they've had pain for weeks, months, even years, and it's the first time that they've been able to put their heel and foot on the ground and walk without excruciating pain. So it's really helpful experience for patients to feel not having pain, and how if we actually change the way the foot's working and give it some help, how not only can the pain go away, but it can stay away. So that's really exciting. But yeah, we'll get into this taping technique to sort of show you what we do. And it's quite a technical taping technique. It looks easy, but it's actually quite hard to do this. There's a simplified version that we have on our YouTube channel, which I might put a link to in this video. But this is just to give you an idea of what we would do as podiatrists in clinic, specifically for this problem. Okay, so we use a few different thicknesses of tape. So this one here is a 2.5 centimeter tape. So this is all rigid tape, so Leukoplast or other brands. So it's rigid. It's not stretchy at all. I'm going to wind this down a bit, make it a bit easier to see. There we go. Now what we're doing is, this is the plantar fascia here. So you can sort of see this as I push hard, there's on the big toe, so push the big toe back, there's a band. So this is the medial edge, or the inside edge of the plantar fascial structure, which goes all the way from all of the metatarsal heads into the toes, down to the heel. It actually technically continues around, but mostly we get the pain there or up in the arch itself. So the first step is we want to mimic the action of the plantar fascia. So we do a few strips around the heel back to the head of the first metatarsal. And as I do that, Bindy's helping me here by pulling her toe up, but what I'm really wanting to see is tension there as I pull up on the toe. See some tension in that tendon, because that tape will make that tendon a lot happier really quickly. This one I like to go out to under the 5th metatarsal head. Now here we can vary it a bit. I'm actually going to extend a little bit higher up. See if I can get the hallux to abduct, which is tilting a bit. Bindy's is going a little bit crooked. So give it a bit of a hand. Okay. So straight away, I can see how that is helping that plantar fascia. And we like to finish it off with some strips, medial to lateral. So what I'll do a view from underneath first. Any taping nerds that are interested in this? So there's a few questions that patients will ask. First thing they'll ask is, can I get this wet? And the answer is you can, but it's preferable not to. If it gets wet, it stays quite wet. The skin underneath will get quite soggy and macerated. So I would advise to keep it as dry as you can. So Glad wrap or a plastic bag are a good idea in the shower. Usually it will stay on for 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 days if you're lucky. If your foot's feeling really good with the tape on and you've had pain for a long time, you're going to be more likely to want to keep it on, which is also fine. We would see most of our patients within the week to get started with some therapies to provide ongoing support to their feet and help get rid of that foot pain. Everyone has their own version of taping. We all do it slightly differently, but at the end of the day, it's about mimicking the function and the anatomy of the tissue that's injured. All right, so that is that. Now we can put a strip across the top if we need to, but generally the skin on the top gets a bit irritated a bit easily, so I like to sort of keep the tape from going up there. So I do that quite quickly. That's pretty neat. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I hope you found that interesting. If you have any questions, you can comment below. Otherwise, you can get in touch with our clinic. But my advice, I'm sure you'd agree, Bindy, is if people have foot pain, they really should just come and see us, whether they call us or book online, because if you're suffering with foot pain, we can fix it, and we want to see you get back to living your life without that foot pain. Anything else?
No, just, no? Yeah, then it's best to always see someone so we can tailor our plan according to whatever your needs are.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, thank you for watching. We'll see you again another day. Bye-bye.
Bye.